My body's still vibrating. I still feel it. I feel like I've been up for 36 hours, but I don't think I can sleep anymore. I think if I force myself to sleep, I'm going to be even more groggy, more tired. I'm going to end up sleeping until midday and start this cycle all over again. Yesterday was energizing because I got a chance to do things that I used to do before all of this extra responsibility came into my world. Yeah, I've been able to work on some of those projects and to do things that are working on what I know my future will be, kind of getting things set up for not only me, but got one daughter. She's grown. She's married. She has children. So now I feel that, like, your children's children shall be blessed. I feel that. So I want to, this is a symptom of not resting. Your immune system takes a hit when you don't rest like you're supposed to. If you don't rest properly, your immune system starts doing something wonky. Yes, I feel that, that your children's children. So my daughter's children. And there are four of them. There are four of them. So yeah, you're looking at a grandma of four. I told her you started way too early because what? Grandma where? But I have felt it this year more than ever. You really don't realize how the time is going. I think that when the 19 happened and we all had to slow down, I didn't realize, I was telling my sister the other day, I didn't realize just how much I had been going, running this business for 8 years, traveling all over the world, traveling out of the country, helping restore other people. And I was so energized by it that you know, working a 12-hour day was nothing. I'm going to show you guys, I get these calls all day long. I'm going to stitch it in so you can see just how many calls I get from, I don't know what company this is that's gotten a hold of my number, which is another reason I had to let go of my business line. I was getting all kind of crazy calls. I'll get back to my story. Getting all kind of crazy calls. All hours of the day, they would call me like every 15 minutes. I'm going to show you guys. How many missed calls I get in a day. So if I'm not on this phone and if I'm not responding to Messenger, which I just recently opted in for, and people, they actually have the audacity. They'll say things to me like, why does it take you so long to respond? Why are you not responding? Do I owe you something, new follower, that I just met on the internet? This is social media. What do I owe you? Y'all, please. I know that the people that follow me aren't rude like this. Or they'll say things like, so tell me a little bit about yourself. You have a whole video and photo catalog. Did you not do any homework or research before you reached out to me? Or my favorite, if you've seen any part of this channel. What you doing? Why? New person. Why? Why, new person? Do I owe you that? How am I doing is acceptable. I'll answer those. But if you're sending me what you're doing, why aren't you responding? And then you give me an offer of I'd like to date you. And I say, well, no, I'm not dating right now because clearly I'm up 36 hours. I don't have time to say that I'm going to in any way entertain you after a 36-hour day, unless you're coming in to say, hey, clearly you got some things you're working on. Maybe I can help you with some of those things. No one's approaching it that way. No. It's, well, can I have your phone number so we can WhatsApp? I'm getting a lot of that. Are you on WhatsApp? Or give me your telephone number. Gentlemen, gentlemen. Third time for the road. Reciprocal. You offer your number, and that way she can call you if she's interested. And don't challenge a lady if you say, I want to call you. I'd like to take you out on a date. And I say, well, thank you for the compliment. And that's very nice of you. But I'm not dating right now. Either because you're not my type or just plain I don't want to. Whatever my reasons are, accept the reason. Accept that I said no thank you. But what I'm getting instead is why? Facebook, please block all messages and calls. Thank you and please. Please and thank you. And then I've also gotten several messages. Are you a real woman of God? Because I'm just asking because I just need to know. The Bible says you should know them by their fruit. And so if you're not a fruit inspector, you shouldn't be in my inbox anyway. Because if it doesn't show from the way that I present myself, and I know social media is full of pretenders. I know social media is let me be whoever I want to be. Let me create a new world for myself. I understand that. In fact, when I first got on Facebook eons ago, I abandoned that page because it was all people from my old small town who were doing the same complaining, who were doing the same crabs in a barrel, who were doing the same thing that they've always done, the same. And I was like, I can't be a part of that environment. When I moved to New Jersey, I had a whole nother refreshed outlook on what was possible for me as a small town girl. As a small town girl. And so I said, listen, so I understand the recreation part is what I'm saying. Like, I lived a whole nother life of owning a business, of teaching students in New Jersey, of being the neighborhood mom where all the latchkey kids would come because they didn't have anything to eat or didn't have any place to be after school because their mothers and, well, some had fathers in the home. Sad. They didn't have any place to be because everybody was working, trying to keep up with the day-to-day. And so they would be in Miss Vanessa's house with my husband at the time and my daughter, cooking and making treats and doing homework and doing arts and crafts and going on field trips together and going out to diners to eat a big breakfast together. 5 to 10 children at a time. Pile them up in our cars. 5 or 6 in my husband's car, 4 or 5 in my little small car. And we would just gallivant the city and show them things. I love that. I love that. So, yeah, I lived a whole different life. So when I came back and saw that page that they were still doing the same, I said, I want a way for my New Jersey friends to find me. I want a way for my New Jersey life to still be with me. I want to bring that with me, even though I'm still here in Texas. I'm in Dallas. But anyway, the point being, I understand reinventing yourself. But fellas, before you reach out to a lady, you guys are asking things on the very, like literally the pages, picture, demographic, status, or picture, status, demographic. You see my face, same me. I'm unmakeuped, but it's okay. I'm okay with me. Okay, I don't have to have on makeup to be comfortable. You see my picture. It says single right underneath. That's simple. Where are you from? Dallas, Texas. It says, where are you living? Right, Dallas. It says it right there. Where'd you just come from? I just moved back here from New Jersey. It says it right there. So immediately I'm irritated because do I have this time? I don't. 36 hours working on a project. And then I'm trying to be polite and then answer the questions or respond to the people that are kind enough to say, hey, I'm enjoying your page. I think you're a nice person. I'd like to get to know you. All of that is cool. I respond. But don't send me gifts every. There's one gentleman in particular. Every morning, every night. Good morning, gift. Good night, gift. Never says a word. Just sends me pictures. Never says a word. But he sends me a meme every morning and every night. Didn't say, good morning, how are you? He's checking off the boxes, honey. And whatever you got going on in your life, fine. Do it. I'm just gonna leave you there and watch you. Okay. I guess you're doing your thing. But I'm just like, maybe he'll say he's been going on this way for 2 weeks. So yeah, anyway, back to my story. The original story. Welcome to my blog. You'll learn a lot. Probably some things that you hadn't anticipated knowing. You'll know. Welcome. I was telling my sister I didn't realize how much ripping and running I had been doing. I didn't realize just how much I wasn't resting. I was working 12-hour days, 16-hour days. But because I loved it, and because I do love it, I love the work of it. I love the planning. I love the creativity. I love coming up with ways to serve my clients. Like, okay, when they come in, I want to make sure, that the environment is right, that the lighting is right, that it smells nice, that the space is nice and toasty in the winter, that they have a welcome drink when they come in, something, just kind of pick up their spirits. People are dealing with a lot, and I want my space to be one that when you come here, I can lay all of that down. This therapy session is about to be off the charts because I'm already relaxed just coming in. I already feel good because when she comes in, I'm smiling. When he comes in, he can sit down and have, time to himself to sip on whatever he wants to sip on. And then he can go in and not have to talk and not have to listen to me talk. We can just be in silence in this space, and it's fine. It's fine. So it wasn't until then, after the 19, when we took that break, that I thought, man, I have been working, and I haven't taken a break. So this is a welcome break. And so now I've kind of hit that same space of, man, I have been working like I was for my business. And I've been trying to let my business go since January of this year. December was supposed to be my official cutoff date. I went back to corporate America. Surprise. A lot of people don't know that. I've been largely quiet about it. I went back to corporate America. I went and got my licensing. And I'm very excited to say they gave me 3 months to get my license. I got it in 2. So I was like, the scruples are still scrupling. So I got licensed for the state of Texas and about, I think it's 40 other reciprocal states that I'm licensed in. Oklahoma, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. Like, there's so many licenses that I have now. So I was really, really excited. This is the story I was trying to get to. Really, really excited about the job in conjunction to working, 12 hours for yourself versus signing on to work, getting so many notifications. So many hours to work for a corporation is different because normally if you're in business, the notifications are out of control. If you are in business, you're excited because, okay, this is my creation, my creativity. What can I do to make it better? What can I learn more? You're working on your own time. You get to set your own hours. If you decide not to, work that day, or if you build in a break for yourself, if you've got a nice book of business to where people are constantly coming, you kind of get to, you get to make your world. You get to make your day. Corporate America, they just want you to come do it. Listen, come here, get it, come here, do it, get it done. And so I'm like, well, I'm used to working 12 hours anyway, so this is a piece of cake to work, 7 to 7, not a big deal. I'll figure out what your system is, and I'm real good about, finding ways that the companies are misappropriating time or, wasting resources or hemorrhaging funds out the back door, or, you know, I know how to streamline a process and make it work for me so I can condense my work time, is what I'm getting to. So I was like, I'll get in here. I'll see that they're doing some extras that don't make sense. And then I'll cut it down. It'll be by the time I'm done with it, it'll be a 7 to 3, because I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna conquer it. So I signed up to do this job. Me. I sent the resume. I sought them out. I said yes to the job. So, taking full responsibility, I realize I'm not a tree, that I can get up and move, that I can go do something else. But mama didn't raise no punk, ain't no quitter. And that's the energy that I've been flowing in for the last 10 months. And it has not served me well. This job gave me a run for my money. It handed me my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. It kicked me in the pants. It pulled me down and drugged me. Y'all, this 7 to 7 turned into a 6 a.m. or a 5 a.m. to 7, because I needed to get up. I still wanted to work out. What you're not going to do is take me backwards physically. Yet they took me back physically. I ended up gaining 20 pounds. As you can see, I don't even look like my old pictures, because I don't have time to cook for myself. I don't have time to actually stop and do anything. I'm running from 7 to 7. I'll give you guys a quick little overview. Long story short on that, I didn't have time to work out. I was so dog tired by the time I get in the evenings. It's either, okay, am I gonna grab something to eat, or am I just gonna shower and go to bed? That's all I have the energy to do, because I'm so spent by the time I come back. And you'll hear why in just a second. Yeah, that 7 to 7 workout went out the door. Now I'm eating on the road because I don't have time. Like I could say I'm gonna meal prep. Heat it up where I'm on the road. I'll help you understand here in just a second when I tell you what the job is. Okay. So much work that literally from 7 until 4 o'clock, that first hour, 7 to 8, I'm driving to an address. 8 o'clock, I'm meeting with the customer. Till 8:15, they're ready to talk. So that's 15 minutes gone. Then I have 30 to 45 minutes to make my rounds and see everything that I need to see, to inspect it all, to make my notes, to see what's actually missing, what's broken, what's gone. Yeah, you have to figure out what's gone, what's missing here. Well, what happened there? And then the kicker, it's always a surprise. Oh yeah, when my horses got out. Oh, my fence is down. Oh, in addition to all the oh, okay. Oh yeah, and there's water pouring in to my house. Ma'am, you didn't mention that in the intake so that I could. Okay, show me where it is, sweet pea. Your whole ceiling is collapsed. There's a whole tree inside your house. You didn't think that was important? You didn't think that was important to mention that to my intake team? You didn't. Okay, there's a tree in your house, ma'am. Your horses are running through the. On and on and on all day long. Houston, Baytown, Pasadena, Dallas, Farmers Branch, Mesquite, Little Am got hit. Oh God, they got hit, but it was nothing compared to Baytown and to Pasadena, Texas, and to I can't even think of these other smaller little towns, Montgomeryville, and the trees are falling over. The trees, out the ground, roots. I hope I don't even know if I saved any of those pictures because I submitted them all in my evaluation, in my estimate when I was writing everything up. The whole big grown tree laid over, roots up out of the ground. It's the freakiest thing you ever want to see because the roots are just staring at you and you're looking at this gaping hole. It's like how the roots, listen, that'll preach. That'll preach. Something just hit me. The roots are out of the ground. It's no longer attached to the tree. And not just one tree, multiple trees on this guy's property, multiple trees on the other lady's property. And I'm doing 3 to 4 inspections a day. If you haven't figured it out, I'm a property claims adjuster for the catastrophe team. So anytime there's a catastrophic event, guess who they're sending? I get to go to these people's places and see all of the devastation. I'm not going to cry. I am going to cry. Stressful. For them, heartbreaking. Senior citizens. Sorry. They can't take care of their day-to-day. That are living now in a place that they bought years ago, but they still have to maintain themselves. They're on a fixed income. They're paying hundreds of dollars for these policies. Then when it's time to use it, they have to come out of so much money that they don't have. I probably shouldn't be doing this job. But I'm thinking if I weren't here, the way that these people get treated when they're just asking for help, and I have to try and explain it to them in a way to let them know, I understand where you're coming from. Your policy, what they sold you only covers this. It doesn't cover any of that. It's an impossible position to be in. So, the stress. I've seen that these people have been living without electricity, water, a way to cook for themselves, and they think that they're in a good position because they've got this policy. And sometimes it works out for them. Most times it doesn't. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to cast such a shadow on any company or their practices. I think we can do better. I think we can do better. So as you can see, I'm taking a break. Because I need it. I need it. After years of being a therapist and seeing what my clients are coming, they're stressed out. They're, the way that their bodies are responding to the stress. And I've been working on it for years for them to help restore them, not fully understanding and appreciating the weight that they were under. And now I'm in it. I'm like, oh, this is what they were feeling. The despair, the defeat, the helplessness of this is what I have to do to make money, but I can't really help like I want to help. I can't affect the change the way that I thought I would be able to. I was thinking, okay, I'll come in here and I'll help these people and I'll, write it up and make sure that they get what they need. I'll do my evaluation. I'll set my supporting documentation up with all of my photos. I'm there, I'm touching it. I've gotten my ladder. I've climbed on the roof. I've looked at the tiles. I've looked at the shingles. I've looked at the asphalt. I've looked at whatever's up there. I've looked at the holes. I see that the chimney's blown off. I see that there's a hole I can see down inside your house. I'm here. I'm looking at it. I wrote it up. It's in the policy. Get back. Take it back. You have a whole team of people that are fighting you saying, well, no, we're not going to. No. It doesn't look that way to me. You know? So I've, in some terms, I've felt, I'm feeling defeated. And I've had several of these customers, these insureds tell me, this is my third inspection. And everyone that's come out has been very rude and very sharp with me. I'm happy they sent you because now at least I feel like somebody is listening to me and somebody actually cares. The problem is me caring about you is tearing me up. It's, y'all, the way that I can't sleep, thinking about these houses and codes and what's available, how to find it in the policy, how to get it approved so that I can write these people checks, and then I got to fight with you about writing the amount that I want to write, sent my blood pressure. Never in my days have I been stressed like this, first of all, but had blood pressure. Never in my days have I'm healthy. I teach people how to be healthy. It's my job. A wellness coach. Toured with Oprah. I mean, you guys will hear the stories coming. Toured with Oprah, worked with NFL clients, NFL players, NBA players, comedians. I have a whole celebrity roster of people that I have helped get back to wellness. Their nutrition, their working out, their mental, prowess, how to keep your mindset, the whole thing. I now am dealing with high blood pressure from the stress and constant 4 inspections a day, 3 inspections a day, emails from the last week, calls from the last week, emails and calls from the last month. And I'm still getting 3 to 4 inspections a day that take an hour each. An hour drive to each. So if you're calculating, that's 8 hours already. Just driving there, doing the inspection is already a full 8 hours. Guess what I get to do when I come back? I get back to the house and come to my desk in this big curved HD computer that they gave me and provided. When I come back to this desk, I've got another 8 hours of labeling all the photos that I took from the scene, of explaining what I saw, of assessing how much each of those items cost, writing up the estimate for all 3 to 4 inspections. The last deployment I had, I only did 3 inspections a day. And I say only, but that's still 8 hours worth of inspections, from the driving, from answering the insurance questions, from sitting with them to hear all that they need to tell you because they've been so stressed and they've been through this traumatic event. They need to decompress and talk. And as a therapist, that's my lane. I don't mind that part of the job. As a property adjuster, and you tell me that there's a leak, I've got to get up there. I've got to see. That's part of the job. And I thought that was going to be the hardest part. To climb on top of someone's house is a 6 pitch, 5 pitch, 4 pitch is not as bad. It's still very high. Don't get me wrong. But carrying that ladder around, me, I'm carrying a ladder. Bobette the Builder. I've got a tool belt on. I'm wearing man boots and man pants. I signed up for that job. Me, that's what I did. You get on, you carry the ladder down whatever acreage they've got, or from the street, because all the cars are in the driveway and they don't anticipate that you need to bring equipment in. So everybody, like it's. I've walked the whole house, the circumference of a house, with the ladder on my shoulder. Like, where am I going to be? The trees are in the way, the car's in the way, the dog is over here. I've got to walk the whole circumference of this huge house just to be able to get to the back of your property, the back of the property, to now set my ladder up, ascend and climb up your high behind roof to walk 68 facets. And if you don't know what a facet is, you know how the house has a slope this way and a slope that way, then the next side has a slope that way and one that way. 68 facets you have. Is that an hour inspection? It's not. That's a 2-hour inspection, baby. And you're on an acre of land and you've got 4 structures. You've got a barn house, you got a hen house, you got a work shed, and you got another little small tool shed. Guess what? Roofs on every one of them. Shingles blown off on every one of them. Wood off of your windows, trim gone, chimney blown over. Your hens and your turkeys are out of the pen. Your donkeys are doing something over here. Your pool lost tiles and you got a tree laying over in it. Guess who gets to every small little meticulous thing that has happened there? Guess who gets to write that up and take it back on a platter and say, look at my pictures. Here's what I saw. This is the pool, the trim, the window, the siding, the shingles, the dormers on top of the house. Guess who gets to write every little small, tedious, meticulous thing down? Hope I'm not boring y'all, but I just want you to appreciate I can get all this done in 12 hours. Is the point. $7 a.m. to 7, woof, gone. I am now working. I'm out the door at 7, which means I've been up since 5:30. I am now out the door at 7. I'm getting back maybe 5 or 6, depending on when the last inspection that's on my docket is between 4 and 6. So if the client wants his inspection at 4 or 5, I'm not done until 6:30. I'm refusing to take an inspection at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to do it. If my last inspection is at 4 or 5, I may be done by 6:30. I've got another 30 minutes to an hour drive back to the house to start my estimate, to start it. If I've completed most of, like if I'm rushing through it, I can sit down and get my estimate started before I have to get to the next place. I can get it started, and sometimes I can almost get it finished, but now I've got to get it approved. Now I've got to submit all of this documentation and the whole package up to someone so they can tell me yes or no. Then I've got to call the people back and try to reach them. They don't want to answer the phone. To give them a payment. So if I don't get a chance to finish, and I don't know if I'm making this clear or not, if I don't get a chance to finish that file that day, it goes on to the next day's work. And another 4 fresh new files are coming. The 40 files that I had last week, they're now emailing and calling because they need more money. You didn't pay me enough. That door cost me $800 and y'all only paid me $3. Well, there's some depreciation there. We're not going to pay you for that door that's been there for 15 years. We're not going to pay what it costs today unless you have a replacement policy. You have an actual cash value policy. All of these things make a difference. So I hope you guys are sitting down with your agents and actually going over what is covered on your policy. And I know you can't ask every single question, but you're going to need to know. And the unfortunate thing is now, a lot of these policies are percentages. They're 1% deductibles, 5% deductibles. There's no more, oh, my deductible is only $500 or only $1,000. So if you got an old policy, keep it, because the deductibles are going nuts. And this is a problem Like I said, I'm taking a break. I have to take a break, and I'm using y'all as my therapy, apparently. Y'all are my therapist right now, in that you're sitting here and just letting me purge and get it out. I've talked to, I have a therapist just to kind of help me woosah, because there's so much. I haven't given y'all the half, and I won't, because you didn't come here to take on my stress and my pressure. But I'm helping paint the picture as to why I'm taking a break. I have a therapist. He's been walking me through even just some of the personnel things that are going on. You know, as a caramel flavored employee, sometimes working in a what feels like a good old boy society, you encounter things that just add to the layer of the already taxing job. And I don't have to explain that to you all, so I won't belabor that point. So I've been talking to a therapist for months just to keep afloat. Y'all, I hit a wall. I was on, they had deployed me to Houston for Hurricane Beryl. And there was this 3-story house. The chimney flew, the top of the chimney had fallen off, fallen on the side. They had this contractor that decided that he wanted to have us pay for every small thing that he could find at the house. Oh, look at the floor. I think water's getting in right here. And see how it kind of buckles and does this? There was no buckling in the floor. There was a workmanship issue. He was just reaching and grabbing for any small dollar he could try and grab out of me. And of course, all of it got denied, because none of that had anything to do. He saw an opportunity, which is what they do, and they try to like build up the numbers. Fine, do what you need to do for your client. But you, sir, you know, this is workmanship. The house is settling. That's why that crack is there. The joint tape is showing. That has nothing to do with this, where the house is swinging back and forth, sir. This is a 3-level, and there's 4 of the units connected. So you mean to tell me that they don't have any damage? But come on now. See this crack, sir? That's foundation. That's foundation. See that little spot right there? No, I don't. There's no spot there. Got my flashlight. I got my moisture meter. There's no water here, sir. So the guy is like, he's going back and forth, and I'm just like, my head is, the pressure behind my eyes, my gums are throbbing, my teeth are hurting, and I'm like, something is happening to me. My teeth hurt. I don't get headaches. What is this? I call my doctor's office. They're like, well, come in. We need to see you immediately. It sounds like, something's going on, or you need to get to the ER. And I'm like, I can't. I'm on an inspection. The crane is here. He's up on this 3rd level getting some documentation. He's taking pictures of the roof for me. I can't get up there. It's too high. But I'm happy. Something's happening to me. So they're like, okay, we're going to put you on a virtual appointment. Of course, they send me a link. Gonna pay your $100. They're not going to see you for free. Yeah. On my nerves. I'm having an emergency. You want your money. But whatever. Get on the virtual appointment. She says, you need to check your numbers. I check my numbers. My blood pressure is 215 over 154.
Oh my gosh!
Are those numbers real? What? Even after a run, my blood pressure has never been over 160, over maybe 70, maybe. My normal blood pressure is like 113, 115, over 60. I'm 100 points over my normal. Y'all, the stress took me down. They were like, no, you need to get to the ER right now. You are in serious trouble. You're in stroke numbers. You're in heart attack numbers. You're in heart disease numbers. caring about this job and caring about these people and what they've signed up for is destroying me because I've chosen to take this in internally, I'm going back to my hotel. I'm going to sit down somewhere. I'm not going to the ER for them to hook me up and be stuck here in Houston. Not going to happen. I'm going to woosah and I'm waiting on these numbers to go. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing another thing. I'm going to sit myself down. No problem. Because I've been dealing with the same pressure, for 3 days now, not realizing that I'm in an episode. I'm in a health crisis. Work and estimate where? Climb the roof who? No, I'm going back to my hotel. I'm going to go take a seat. Okay? That's what we're about to do. And that's what I'm going to do and did. I called my direct report and said, I am in the middle of an episode. Looks, my head is getting hot just thinking about the stress of that day. Every subsequent number after that was 204, 211, 201. Then we finally got down to 187, 192. Like it was vacillating. Number's still too high. Oh no, y'all trying to kill me. Y'all trying to take me out this place and won't. No. I care about them. I love me. Okay? So I had to disassociate myself like, oh, this is a job, sweet pea. Yes, their lives, but this is your life. This is your life. You gotta switch something. You gotta do something else. Called him. The conversation was not favorable. So I'm like, I've been in a situation and I think I need to go home. I'm not going to be able to finish this deployment. But I'm going to rest and wait till these numbers come down before I get on the road, because they're trying to force me to go to the ER. And I feel like if I just rest, my friend told me, make sure you get some Bayer. After you go pick, like they had to prescribe me high blood pressure medication and send it to a pharmacy there that I was close to at the inspection that I was at. So I went to the Walgreens, picked up high blood pressure medication. Why do I have this? Is it that time already? Like, have I seasoned up this much to where high blood pressure meds? What? No, I'm still so much life to live. Like this is not a thing. I know what it is to stay healthy and to be healthy. What? So anyway, high blood pressure medication, Bayer, because I need aspirin now because now my heart is doing something strange because of all the pressure. So I'm like, I just need to let this medication get through my bloodstream. I need to calm down. I need to do my wellness practices of breathing, of getting grateful, of praying over myself and speaking those words, of getting more water, of letting my body settle in and get out of this heat. I need to do all the things. And once I get that done, then I'll be ready to get on the road, possibly in the morning. His response was, no, there's no need for the company to pay all that money for your hotel and your rental if you're not working. We're spending money on the budget. Now go ahead and it's gonna take days for that medication to start making a difference. And no, so just go ahead and check out of the hotel. And as a matter of fact, when you get on the road, call me. So that I know that you've left and that you're on the road. And then call me after you turn in the rental car. So I know you're back in Dallas. So you don't care about my life at all. You want me to get on the highway so that y'all can save this $10. They've already charged me for the hotel for the day. It's after 3 p.m. They've already charged the hotel. Checkout was out long ago, 11 o'clock. And the car rental place has already charged me as well. Rush back to Dallas for what? Is he serious? Is he serious? I just told you my blood pressure was 215. First of all, before I called, I sent that in a message because he wasn't responding to the team's message that I sent him, trying not to put all my business in the street. I sent him a message, crickets. I waited a couple hours and I was like, oh, this Yahoo don't want to, okay. And that wasn't the first time. Several times I've said, hey, you said you were going to give me, did you process the extra payment that you guys extended, but I didn't get? Like, are you crickets? You don't want to answer those questions, so you just act like you didn't see them. So I said, I'm going to have to go into the team portal and message my entire team so I know that he got the message and that everybody else sees him getting the message. Because I guess that's the game we're playing now. I guess. So I go in and I said, hey, my BP just registered 215 over 154. He writes back in the team's chat with the whole team, well, those numbers are crazy. I'll see if I can get your files transferred. So much care. You didn't say, are you okay? You didn't say, where are you now? How are you feeling? Did you talk to the doctor? Or are you on your way to the emergency room? You said, well, those numbers are crazy. Let me see what I can do about your files. Well, I guess I was expecting too much. You're right. You're right. You're at work. You only care about the work. No problem. But I'm your team member and I'm your team lead that's helping with the newbies and your go-to. That's your response. I said, okay, that's my fault. Okay, you're right. That's on me. So that's what went down before the phone call. And then, 2 to 3 days after I had I came back the next day. I stayed here and continued to work and try to clear my desk so no one else would have to take on my unfinished work that I had already started. Got all of my files loaded up, got all the pictures in, got all of the documentation in, wrote up my coverage templates so that they would know, kind of what I saw and what I was dealing with on site. Then I turned in my car. Then he said, I have high blood pressure too. And this and that. And I just thought to myself, oh, these people are used to living this way. This is how they operate. This is why, not him in particular, but this is why multiple people are having drinking problems. This is why they're taking supplements. This is why they live and are hopped up. And this is why the customers are like, oh, they were mean, or they were, they just came in and they were out. Yeah, they're in a rush because they know they got to get these files finished. And they're incentivized to do so. We're incentivized to do so. Try to finish them the same day. Get out there, see what you can see, estimate it, get it out the door. So there are plenty of people that have been doing this forever, that have a system. And I got a chance to get it done. The deployment before this one, I got all 3 files done every single day. Was right on top of it. Got incentivized for it. Wonderful. But is it sustainable? We have a 10-day work week. So we have 10-day deployments. The first day is a travel day, the last day is a travel day. So we're going for 10 days straight at this 12 hours. In my case, at this 16 or 20 hours. 16 to 20 hour day. Do that 8 days in a row. And then you have a travel day to check out of your hotel, turn your rental car back in, and then wrap up whatever file work you have left on what should be a 4-day weekend after you've worked for that 10 days. But guess who still has work to do after you turn in your rental car that takes away 2 of your off days? Still working on your off days, and you're salaried. Fun fact, there's no overtime here. There's no overtime. No, overtime, no. So you have 2 days off after working 12 days. You get to start it all over again. So that's my story. I don't plan to talk about that too much more. As you can see, once I really start thinking about how life has been since January, I'm taking a break. Yesterday, I got a chance to be in a Zoom class that I've been wanting to get into, to learn how to set up your business structure properly, how to set up an LLC, learning how to clean up credit, learning how to I don't know if this thing is still. I'm still getting phone calls as we speak. I'm hoping that this will just continue recording. Since I've been talking to y'all, I've gotten 6 calls. 6 from random 214 numbers, and they do this all day long. I'm going to show you. I'm going to stitch it in, let you guys see. Thank you. Your blood pressure is systolic pressure 182 of mercury pillar. Diastolic pressure 105 of mercury pillar.